Hey, okay, so here's workout 3. We're gonna start with step ups and Y's, T's, and L's. So for a step up, you want to get a step that's fairly high for this one. So at least mid shin as a minimum. So we're gonna have one leg on the box, and then our back leg. We're not really focusing on the back leg too much. I don't want you really pushing from your back leg. I want you pushing from the leg on the box. So almost think about pulling this leg, the heel towards you to pull yourself up into that position. So we're driving the foot into the box. The heel kind of pulls back to the back wall as you drive up. So you can keep this foot on for balance if you need to. And then when you come back down, again, we want the hip to first move backwards and then lower down, making sure that the knee is staying nice and controlled. If you need to, do that foot tent to maintain stability with your ankle. So foot tent, drive through the leg, come up. If you can go with a knee drive to really get the extra glute emphasis, but to also challenge your stability a little bit more. Keep the core nice and strong, and then the hip goes to the back wall and you lower down nice and controlled. So you can either do all 10 that way and do the knee drive, or if you want to add weight, if doing 10 and if you're going up and down and you feel like you're wobbly, then do not add weight. You're not there yet. So we want to make sure we're staying nice and strong. Drive through the leg on the box, come up controlled, drive, hold in that top position. This glute's really strong at the top to stabilize. Hip goes to the back wall. We come down under control. Okay, so 10 of those on one side, 10 on the other. If you feel like you can progress, great. Then go to one dumbbell in the goblet position and do the same thing. So driving through the leg on the box, coming straight up, balance at the top, come back down, lower back down to the ground. If that feels good, you can always come to then one arm and just engage the core, make sure both sides are working, drive through, hip to the back wall, come down under control. And then last, you can add a second dumbbell on the other side if you want to add that. It's just different variations, same exercise, different challenges, depending on where you're holding the dumbbell. Doesn't really matter. Find one that fits for you and just stick with that at least for this session. Next time you come back through in a week or so, maybe change it up if you feel like you're getting bored with it. But once again, when we're doing these exercises, we want to make sure, one, that as we lean forward, as we come up, we're not leaning forward to bring ourselves up. We want to try to maintain an upright, stable core as we come up. We get that nice strong glute hold at the top. Hip comes to the back wall as we lower back down, and it's controlled. Again, we don't want to drop to the ground, and we also don't want to thrust our whole body to get ourselves up. We want the focus to be in the leg that's on the box. So that's our step up. 10 on one leg, then 10 on the other leg. Then we're going to go to our Y's, T's, and L's. So for that one, we're going to lay on the floor on our belly. And when we do this, you're going to have 3 different arm positions. So we're going to have arms in the Y position, we're going to have arms in the T position, and we're going to have arms in the L position. So we start with 10 with arms straight, elbow straight, thumbs up, okay? Feet are going to stay together. Our head is in neutral. You can actually leave your forehead on the ground if you want to. And once again, we want to make sure that we're not overarching our ribs here. So our ribs shouldn't be all the way up, but we should kind of tuck our rib cage down before we even begin. We don't want to have a rib flare as we start. So from here, we have those nice straight arms, thumbs are up, Y position. You're going to relax your shoulders, then lift your elbows off the ground, then lift your fists off the ground, pause, and come back down. And we're going to repeat that same exact sequence the whole time. So for Y's, T's, and L's, we're going to do relax the shoulders, lift the elbows,
lift the fists. You're reaching out through your fists and come back down. Relax the shoulders, lift the elbows, lift the fists, pause, come back down. Relax the shoulders, lift the elbows, lift the fists, pushing out through the fists so we maintain nice straight arms, no bend in the elbow, and come back down. We should really be feeling that in our lower traps. If you're doing it properly, you should have, you should feel the engagement of the lower traps, and you shouldn't feel anything in like your shoulder joint at all. So we want to make sure we're going to do 10 of those. Relax the shoulders, lift the elbows, lift the fists, pause, and come back down. Once you do 10 of those, you're going to bring your arms to the T, still arms straight, thumbs up. We relax the shoulders, elbows extended, reach out through the fists as we lift, pause, and come back down. Relax the shoulders, straighten the elbows, reach through the fists as we lift, and relax. So again, you're going to do 10 of those, following that same sequence. Relax the shoulders, straighten the elbows, out through the fists as you lift, and relax. And then after you do 10, you're going to come to the L. So we're just bending our elbows so our wrists are in line with the elbows, elbows in line with the shoulders, making that L position. And then from here, same thing, we relax the shoulders. You're going to lift the elbows, then lift the palms of your hands, and then lower back down. So this time, instead of thumbs up, our palms are face down. We're going to relax the shoulders, lift the elbows, lift the fists or the hands, and down. Relax the shoulders, lift the elbows, lift your palms, and down. Relax the shoulders, lift the elbows, lift your palms, and down. Okay, 10 of those, and then you'll go back to whatever we were, step-ups, whatever we were doing before. Go back to the step-ups. You'll do step-ups, Y, C's, and L's, step-ups, Y, C's, and L's, 3 rounds, 10 reps of each. Okay, so then we're going to go to the next two, which we have the table hamstring lifts and our stability ball push-up pikes. So for the table lifts, we're going to be in a tabletop position. Now you can choose if you want to be on your hands or you can do it from your forearms, is fine too, but I'm going to do it from my hands. So once again, just like with when we do push-ups, we want to keep the fingers nice and wide for a good solid base of support. So once we're here, we're going to relax our shoulders down. We're going to squeeze our glutes and lift ourselves up. So we're in that plank position, but in the opposite direction, right? So we're in a tabletop position here. Keep squeezing those glutes, and then you're going to alternate which leg you lift. So you're going to lift a leg and lower it, lift a leg and lower it. And you're just going to alternate between sides, keeping your core nice and strong. We're trying to keep those hips lifted up as we lift leg after leg. So this one we're really feeling in the back, in the hamstrings, as you stabilize with one leg and then stabilize with the other leg. Okay, so we have 10 on each leg, and then we're going to do ball push-up pikes. So for this one, you can start that. It's going to be easier the closer the ball is into your center, harder the more it's towards your toes. Okay, so you can choose how close or how far you want it to go. So I'll start right now just with my shins. So we have body in a push-up plank position, balls on my shins. I'm going to do a push-up. So again, fingers are spread wide, shoulders are away from our ears. We're going to come down into our push-up, come back up, and then use your lower abs to just kind of pike your hips up a little bit and then lower back down. So we're not trying to get our hips super high. I just want lower ab activation and then come back down. Come down to your push-up, lower ab activation, and come down. Again, if you bring the ball closer to your body, it's going to make it easier to do the push-up, and you can still do the pike with engaging the lower abs. Okay, so push-up, lower ab pike, and do 10 reps of that. So then you're going to go back and forth again between the table, hamstring, leg lifts, and the stability ball, push-up, pike. 3 rounds of that. And then we're going to go to our last 3 exercises. We're actually going to do we're going to have 3 in a row instead of the superset. So
We're gonna start with chops. So we have chops, swimmers, and what was the last one? One leg bench calf raises. So for our chops, if you have a cable machine and can do chops with a cable machine, I would prefer you do it that way. But if not, you can do it with just a dumbbell or a med ball, and you can kind of do that same motion from, we're doing a low to high chop. You could do that again with a med ball. I just prefer using it with a cable machine because I think it activates your core a lot better, and it enables you to get into a better position. So choose a low weight for this exercise, low weight, because we really want to focus on getting that oblique to fire before we start to pull. I don't want it to be all upper body, just muscling through to just get that weight to move. I want you to engage and stabilize as you go. So that's our main focus. It's not about how much weight I can lift with it. It's more about getting the activation in the core. So when I do this, I usually step out a step or two. I usually grip it. You can grip it however you want, but I like to use my top hand at the top, and then I place my other hand right below it. And then my pinky kind of is on the outside because my hands are big and they don't fit inside. So it doesn't feel comfortable to do it that way. So whatever feels comfortable hand-wise for you. Some people will interlock their hands, and that's fine. I just like it better one hand on top of the other. So if I'm on my left side here, my left hand is on top. So as I get started, you're gonna shift into a lateral lunge with your arms fully extended down. So I'm sitting into my left glute here, and then before I start to come up, I wanna engage my left oblique to initiate that motion. So I'm gonna engage and then come through and finish with a push and a pivot with my back foot. Then I plant the foot, sit my butt back, and come back into the beginning position. So I should really feel my glutes here. I get my oblique to fire. I'm driving through my foot to come up and out, and then I come back down under control. Drive and come back down under control. Again, relaxing the shoulders. We're not letting the shoulders come up to the ears and really crank. Again, pulling with all this. I want the shoulders to stay relaxed. Drive through the leg, pull, and come back down under control. So we get 10 controlled chops where our main focus is that left oblique to really get that to fire well. So from the other direction, so you can see it from behind what that looks like, with my hip sitting back into my lunge. So I'm really sitting back into my hip. I get my oblique to engage, and then I'm driving through my foot, coming back down, hip sits back, brace my core, control the way back down. You can explode out a little bit more and sit down slow, but again, before you explode out, I want you to keep the shoulders relaxed and make sure that oblique is really firing and that we're keeping the torso upright. So again, we don't want to be folding forward. We don't want to be rounding. We want to just keep the torso upright as we chop from low to high. So that's our chops. Then we're going to come down to the floor and we're going to do swimmers, alternating arms and legs. So we're in a full outright position. Our head is in line with our spine, and then we just lift it an inch off the ground, and then we're going to squeeze our glutes. We're going to do alternate arm and leg. So right arm, left leg, then left arm, right leg. And we're just going to alternate. We're not going for speed. It's just a hold, 1, 2, really squeezing the glute, up, 1, 2, squeezing the glute. And you're just going to alternate sides. And for this one, I want you to do 15 per side. So we did 10 chops, and now we're doing 15 swimmers, reaching out through the hand and foot as we alternate sides, really just trying to get that cross pattern all through the low back.
as we do that. Nice stabilizer there. And then lastly, we're gonna go to the one leg calf raise with a bench. So we're just gonna put our foot up on a bench. We're just doing a calf raise with the one side. We're not really using this leg so much. It's almost like, think about if you were running and it's like that push off with the run. So we want to push off with the big toe. We're not really using, I should be able to almost lift this foot up off of the bench. It's just there more so for stability purposes. So we want to keep our hips square forward. We push up, come down under control, and you're going to do 20 on one side and then 20 on the other side. Okay, so you come up under control, come down, really trying to make sure that, you know, your foot isn't cocked out one way or the other, but that your heel is straight with your toes. And we're coming straight ahead and right back down, straight ahead and right back down. Okay, so 20 on one foot and then 20 on the other foot. Excuse me. Okay, so then you had those three to finish out your workout of the day. Chops, swimmers, and one leg calf raises with the bench, and just working through, cycle through that. And that is the end of all three workouts. I hope it goes well. Let me know if you have any questions or any issues, and we could always change up exercises, switch things in and out, depending on how you feel. And if there's anything else that you feel like you need a little extra attention on, let me know. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.